So one of the things I've been getting a lot of requests for on my YouTube channel is tutorials. So I thought I would just take you through my process of doing the eyes on this drawing. So first what I did is I just shaded in a little light layer of the base color of the eye with a 4B pencil. And then I took the blending step and I kind of just blended it out, and then I'm just kind of putting in the details of it and going back over it with the blending stump. And now I'm adding in the pupil and blending that in again. And then you just start off with the shadows of the outside of the eye, like the eyelashes and stuff. So I did that, and then after I was done shading in the darkest highlights, I went in for the white of the eye. And just so you know, the white of the eye is almost never white. When you're doing black and white drawings, it's normally close to the shade of the skin. It could be, and it kind of is in this drawing. So after that, I took the eraser and kind of put in some highlights for the eye. So now I am just putting in more details, and then what I use for the white highlights of the eye and stuff is a white gel pen from Uniball. And now I'm going in with an HB pencil actually, and just putting in a light shade of the colors that you need. Now I take the blending stump again. The blending stump is very critical, so just for making it smoother. So yes, I blend in it, and now I am just putting in the dark spots and just kind of adding them in. So yeah, the blending stump really helps smoothen out the parts that you need to be smooth, especially for skin. It works very well. But and sometimes when you just have little light areas, you can just depend on the blending stump to do the work for you. Yeah. So now I'm just blending underneath the eye and putting in the darker spots and the details and stuff. Yeah. So adding in details, especially for this type of skin, I would normally recommend using an HB pencil or maybe even lighter, just to get that same tone of skin. And you can erase details and then just get the perfect tones in the right spots. So as you can see, now I'm just using the blending stump again. I use my blending stump a lot. And one tip for skin or anything when you're drawing, you have to make sure you're always using a sharp pencil, because that is very critical when you are drawing and when you need to do details, and especially for portraits or animals or hair. You should at all times have a sharp pencil. I don't always do the best of this, but I need to try more to have this. So yeah, and now I'm just making the final little details, putting in the shades for the nose right here. I'm just doing the eye area. So now I'm just putting in some details. As I told you earlier, sometimes for the light areas of the skin, you can just use the blending stump to put those light areas in. Now for eyebrows, don't just shade in one color. You have to use your pencil to make lines, and to make the line, you have to make the hair strokes going the right way with your sharp pencil, because if you just have random lines all over the place, it won't look very good. So now I am adding in those light details of the skin with just using the blending stump to kind of get those shade those values in. Yeah, and putting in just the lightest spots. I'm trying to get all the shades right, and as I did before on the last eye, I'm just adding in the dark spots first, and then kind of shading them in with the blending stump. Adding in the pupil. Then I am just trying to get all the values right so you can get the best drawing you can. Another tip is when you're drawing, try to always just think that your drawing can get better, because you just want your drawing to be as perfect as possible. So just make it as perfect as you can, and just maybe even try to think, oh, this isn't right, or yeah, I need to make this better, because you just need to push yourself to get it the perfect tones and perfect details and all of that. Now for the eye, as I told you before, it's not almost always not white. So you can do some layering with the pencils, the blending stump, go over it with an eraser, however you'd like to do it. And just making those highlights and the spots that they need to be is very critical, and making them darker where they need to be darker. Yeah, just make your drawing as perfect as possible, and take your time. Taking your time is a very big thing when you're drawing these portraits or any art that you do. You have to take your time, and don't be afraid to even take a few hours on your drawings, because it'll turn out better if you don't just rush through it. If you rush through it, the result will not be as perfect as you want it to be. I used to just slap through drawings in about 30 minutes. Now I normally take about 2 hours per drawing, just because I want it to be as perfect as I can make it. And just finding all those little details is just what you need to do. And putting in strokes for the eyebrows, all that stuff. And then as I have been always doing for the skin, I just put in a white base layer for the skin with my pencil, and then I just blend it out with the blending stump, and then I'll do another layer with the pencil, then go back over with the blending stump until I find the best tone that I like for the area. So we're nearing the end of these eyes, and yeah, you just need to make it as perfect as you can. Yeah, and try to, when you're drawing, try to find a good reference photo, and with good lighting, so you can just replicate the lighting on your drawing, so that turns out really well. So nearing the end of these eyes, just try to push yourself, making all the little details just perfect, and sharpening your pencil to make them even just sharp. You don't want some blurry big drawing. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos.